What's up, guys? Hunter Frontier back at it again with another video. And in this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about cards that you definitely should be selling before it's too late. And of course, guys, we're gonna start off with Dominus Purge. But before we get into that, I want to give a huge shout out to the people who do enjoy the videos I have on the channel. Thank you for supporting, of course. And we're going to bring back the how to beat this, how to counter that deck guides very soon. But getting started with Dominus Purge, like I said, this card is definitely getting reprinted in the 2025 Megatons prediction list. But guys, the reason I say this is because Infinite Forbidden is a set that didn't really get those reprints, right? We have a lot of cards that are highly expensive right now, and really from that set, it was just the Fiendsmith Engraver. There were a few other odds and ends, but you know, a lot of cards, especially Dominus Purge, did not get that reprint. Now, when it comes to Konami, they like to reprint a lot of cards and be like, all right, cool, flood the market with reprints. Players are gonna love it, but then it devalues, of course, the original copy. But regardless, I will say that this is the time to sell this card. It is currently about $50, going on to $52. And honestly, it's a perfect time to sell this card too. So you can take that money and use it for something else. Now, when it comes to Dominus Impulse, I will say that it's not time for that card to be really sold yet. But when, you know, a few weeks back, it was hitting the highs, I was saying you guys should flip it if you're not gonna use it. Now, when it comes to Purge, flip it now. Flip it now before the reprint. Moving on, we do have Vanquished Soul Raisin, and of course, you know, it can really be said about any of the Vanquished Soul cards. If you are not playing them, go ahead and sell them now. And it's not really in terms of too late, but you know, I don't want this card to go ahead and go down to 15 bucks again, to 12 bucks, and you're like, wow, I should have sold this card and really flipped it and used the money for something else. Yu-Gi-Oh related, of course, because you know how we are. But guys, that this really is, you know, up to you. If you are going to play the deck, don't worry about it. But if you're not, sell them now. Moving on, we do have number C104, Umbra Horror Masquerade. So yes, more recently, this card got bought out and now it has 6 listings, but before it had 2, and easily it was 55, 60 bucks. So that actually was a steal to grab this card. How can I really say that, right? For a super rare from Judgment of Light, which is such a long ago set. But you know, lowest here for a near mint is $75. If you have this card in your bulk, go ahead and check it, guys, because you can easily make 75 bucks for a card that you weren't even going to use at that point. And you know, I would kind of try to hurry and find it if you do have it and sell it before it's too late. Who knows? Konami and the reprints are immaculate. But let's go ahead and get to the next one, and we do have Molcharmy. Now this of course relates to Molcharmy Meows. This relates to Molcharmy Laria, of course, with, you know, they have been going crazy for a long time. I think now it is time to go ahead and flip those cards because they are getting reprints in the tins. So I mean, hopefully Meows, but definitely Laria for sure. Now Konami definitely did not reprint all of them in the rarities, like with Warlos. Who knows if they're going to try to change up the formula, but I will say that, you know, if you're not using them, go ahead and flip them. That's kind of the motto of these videos, right? If you're not using the card, flip it so you can use it for something else, or even trade it to a friend for another card that you do need for your decks. Moving on, we have Mitsurugi Ritual. We have talked about this in the past, and it has been about, you know, 35 bucks, selling to 30, and then finally to 25. Still a really cool engine, Mitsurugi, and honestly not a bad price for a single copy of this card when you do use more in the deck. So I will definitely go ahead and say that you should go ahead and, you know, sell this and use it for something else, but it is up to you guys, of course. I'm just the guy talking about cards. And we have Junk Warrior, the quarter-century secret rare from Maze of Millennia, the card that was like, what, a meme of 12 to 50 bucks for so long. Should you buy it, should you not? Well, if you did buy it and you're looking to sell it, it's about 40 bucks now, which is great. And this says a lot about the Junk Warrior Starlight Rare version that we got recently from the Battles of Legends set. You should go ahead and definitely look into that as well in terms of buying it, keeping it for later, and then if you want to flip it later, you can. If not, you have a really cool card for your collection. But we do have Sky Striker. So Sky Striker as an engine, right? If you have all of these high rarity cards and you are looking to go ahead and flip it, now would be a good time because it did get their support. But if you're like, wait, Sky Striker's coming back, then of course you can keep that as well, or downgrade too, and still make some money to go ahead and use for other things, or again, trade for what you are looking for. And again, a lot of people have been going crazy for Sky Striker. It started off a few months ago when we had the linkage go up in price, and still around the same price as well. And we do have the new cards like the special maneuver Limnus Gate, I said that correctly. But lowest listing $93 is crazy, and slowly people are liking the new artwork from Stampede as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, do what you would like to do, but I will say that if you're not using it, you already know what I'm going to tell you guys. And we have heavy polymerization. So this card is more of a, you know, lowest about $12, $11.50, and because it only has the one copy, that's great. You can wait on this card if you would like, but if not, if you're looking to go ahead and just flip it and you opened a lot of the tins and you were lucky enough to grab a few copies of this, then you can go ahead and flip it now. But it is a great card, and I think that it finally, you know, saw the spotlight in terms of, wow, this card is great. I think people are going to like it, and it started going, you know, high in price and low in listings, of course. Next up, we do have, of course, in terms of the Terminal Revenge set, there are just a lot of cards on buyout mode and have been on this mode for a while. For example, Branded Fusion, lowest $269. It might be a slight meme, I really feel like, because Branded, in my opinion, is not coming back. But again, it's a cool fusion card to have, so I can kind of, you know, take that approach of it. Because this card easily used to be like $35-40, and there you go. So just something to kind of think about. And I'm not going to go through the entire list, but I will say when it comes to Diviner of Herald, I remember having the original Secret Rares. I had 3 copies I got from my case, and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it. I might use it. Who knows, right? They were easily like $90. Did I ever use it? No. Did they go down? Yes, they went to $8. So if you guys have these type of cards and you're not going to use them, go ahead and flip them. Flip them and use them for something you want, of course. And I do have the Black Goat Laughs here. So again, it's a card that can get reprinted in the Megatins as well. And for a card that, you know, usually was very, very expensive, around $35-40, it is starting to go down because people are like, wait a minute, either they're not using it or they're, you know, kind of reminded like, hey, this might get a reprint soon. So go ahead and flip it before it is too late. And finally, guys, we do have Nibiru, the Primal Being, and we have the Ulti, we have the new art, we have the Quarter Century Secret Rare. I will say the QCR version of it is definitely the lower rare version of it. People do love Nibiru, the Primal Being. You know, the creature, we finally see the creature. That's actually a pretty popular copy. And then you have the Ulti as well. I think long term, the Ulti is still going to do pretty well. You have the new art too, and then the Quarter Century Secret Rare from Rarity Collection 1 is starting to go down. I would go ahead and flip that if you guys do want to, of course. You know, before the new artwork, it was about 50-55, close to 60, but I think overall the new art sort of killed that price. And if you are just, you know, you don't mind playing any type of copy, then go ahead and just flip any of them and you guys are good to go, of course. But that's all we have for today's video. If you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a huge like, comment down below any cards that we missed out on this week. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you're updated the next time I upload new videos. All right, guys, hopefully you have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.